When you hear the attack warning, you and your family must take cover at once.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 terrifying things to air on British TV.
Terrifying, that's the word, terrifying.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're counting down films, individual episodes, serials, specials, and more that aired on TV in the UK and scared the living daylights out of us. Let us know in the comments what you thought was the most horrifying. Number 10. Doctor Who.
Mommy? Are you in there, Mommy? Mommy?
Though Doctor Who has been terrifying children and adults alike for 60 years, it's low on our list simply because everybody already knows how scary it can be.
Mommy?
What's happening?
I don't know.
The chances are, everyone you speak to will have a different answer for what the scariest moment or monster in Doctor Who is, ranging from the original Daleks back in the 60s to the modern era's notorious Weeping Angels. Certain people still seeing the angels in their nightmares will stare down statues in real life even today. Such was the impact of 2007's Blink.
You're not looking at the statue.
Neither are you.
But there are many more frightening moments besides, with everything becoming a potential villain now, from broken clocks in Series 2 to dodgy Wi-Fi in Series 7 of the revival. Number 9. Watership Down. It's true that the original Watership Down was theatrically released, but it also had a TV show running on CITV between 1999 and 2001, plus an uncanny CGI remake that appeared on BBC One in 2018. In every case, it remains close to its grisly source material, Richard Adams' 1972 novel.
The field, it's covered with blood.
Blood? Don't be silly.
For all the artistry of the adaptations, you just can't get away from the fact that Watership Down makes for gruesome viewing, and was never actually intended for children.
The wire's on a peg. We've got to dig it out.
The peg's narrower down there. It tapers.
When the 78 version has been re-aired on TV, it's consistently traumatized the kids allowed to watch, whose parents somehow didn't know that most of the rabbits die in horrible ways. Number 8. Most Haunted. Britain's premier ghost hunting show could be downright chilling in its best moments, as long as you're willing to sit through a lot of ridiculousness and hammy spirit mediums.
Can you,
Where's the bed?
can you make a noise, please?
Whether you think it's all fake, or that Yvette Fielding and company are unravelling the mysteries of the afterlife, it's compelling TV, and has created some frightening scenes.
Are you evil? Do you mean us harm? I think it does mean us harm.
Derek Akora's violent possessions, scratches appearing on the cameraman's backs, rocking chairs and wheelchairs moving of their own accord. The melodrama will scare you, regardless of how skeptical you might be.
Is the
You've what?
power all gone?
I think the lights aren't working.
The power's gone.
Yeah, the lights aren't working. They were working before, they're not working
Everything's
now.
gone out.
Even the opening credit sequence will send a chill down your spine with its ghastly imagery. Number 7. Rillington Place. Starring Jodie Comer and Nico Mirallegro, reunited after the conclusion of My Mad Fat Diary, in which they also co-starred. This is a fittingly grisly fictionalisation of the serial killer John Christie's crimes.
I'm Beryl.
Good evening, Mrs. Evans. We're not long married, Mr. Christie.
Christie himself and his wife are played by Tim Roth and Samantha Morton, and it's truly as frightening as you'd expect. Christie murdered at least 8 people in the 40s and 50s, burying their bodies in the garden and underneath the floorboards. The story has an even darker twist, however, as Christie killed one of his tenants, Beryl Evans, played by Comer, but the police at the time hanged her husband for the crime.
What's going on in there, eh? Bedroom stinks of perfume.
Judy. She left you a little present on the bed.
Watch this harrowing drama at your own discretion. Number 6. Quatermass franchise. The Quatermass TV series aired sporadically on both the BBC and ITV between 1953 and 1979, following the exploits of Professor Bernard Quatermass as he investigates paranormal goings-on in the UK.
Sounded more like a flying saucer scare. Lots of stuff about a light in the sky and smoke and... Hello? Only 10 minutes ago.
The first serial was concerned with an alien invasion, brought to Earth by an unwitting and harrowed astronaut, and it immediately struck a chord.
Smoke! Oh, it's going to go off. Come here, Len, come here.
Shut up, it looks sort of like steam.
All that just now, roaring flames. Oh, my God, Len, it's something dreadful. Come away, Len, you're out of your mind.
Though it may be forgotten about today, it's well known among the creators of other subsequent science fiction horror franchises, from Doctor Who to The X-Files to Hammer Horror. Without the terrifying Quatermass serials of the 50s, we may never have had Doctor Who at all, though creator Nigel Neal reportedly didn't like the nation's favourite Time Lord.
Terrifying, that's the word, terrifying. There was this great blare of light, and then the old neighbourhood sort of shuddered.
Number 5. The Enfield Haunting. In the late 1970s, a modest council house in Enfield, London was plagued with a poltergeist that quickly became one of the most famous ghosts in all of England.
What happened?
He was here. Horrible. Oh, man, I saw him through that.
It was investigated by multiple figures over the course of 2 years, with just as many believing the story as those who derided it as a hoax.
I'm getting a bit long in the tooth for grandmother's footsteps.
The media circus put the Enfield poltergeist firmly in the British psyche, and in 2015, Sky adapted the drama, fronted by Timothy Spall and Matthew McFadden. They play the investigators trying to determine if the two sisters at the centre of the story were lying.
We saw it.
I saw naughty children throwing marbles.
But did you, though?
Real or not, it'll definitely scare you. Number 4. The Stone Tape.
Even the stone's got it. It's just very old. 1880? That was when they panelled it in, but those walls are a lot older than the rest of the house. They've just been built onto.
The BBC has a long tradition of airing ghost stories at Christmas time. We have Charles Dickens to thank for that. The Stone Tape was one such Christmas tale. It followed a group of paranormal scientists trying to get to the bottom of whether a spooky Victorian manor was haunted. Suffice it to say, the manor is haunted, because its stone bricks have been recording the many traumas and tragedies that have occurred within over the years.
There might be words. See, pray.
So, that's so there.
Pray. Prayer.
It's in the computer!
The Stone Tape was also written by Nigel Neal, the same man who made Quatermass, so you know it has some real horror pedigree behind it. Number 3. Whistle and I'll come to you. This famously frightening M.R. James short story has been adapted by the BBC twice. Once as an episode of Omnibus in the 1960s, and again as a standalone drama in 2010. Like all great ghost stories, it's got a simple premise. A Cambridge professor on holiday to the coast finds a mysterious ancient whistle in a graveyard.
Find those keepers.
Though it has an ominous message on the side, Professor Parkin blows it anyway and summons a spectre to terrorize him at night. The original story is terrifying, and so are all the adaptations, and you'll spend many sleepless nights afterwards wondering if you're truly alone in your bedroom. Number 2. Threads. At the time, Threads was so harrowing that long explainers about the effects and risk of nuclear war aired both before and after it. It infamously depicts the effects of a nuclear bomb being dropped on Sheffield, coming right at the heart of the late Cold War in the 1980s. In real life, international relations were deteriorating again, and there was a period of rearming, putting nuclear war on everybody's minds. Threads pulled no punches, and was even more distressing than its 1960s predecessor, The War Game, which itself was deemed so upsetting it wasn't televised as intended until 1985. It was graphic and merciless, upsetting an entire generation of viewers. Number 1. Ghostwatch.
The program you're about to watch is a unique live investigation of the supernatural. It contains material which some viewers may find to be disturbing.
Unlike most haunted, Ghostwatch was upfront about its own artifice from the very beginning, giving viewers a helpful disclaimer that nothing they were watching was real. Unfortunately, no small number of people tuned in halfway through and didn't catch that, meaning they were under the impression that the flashy special effects and possessed actors they were watching were entirely real.
Mom! Mom! Oh, Mom, he's back! He's back! Mom! 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 Help me! Help me! Don't touch me!
Hosted by credible TV stars Michael Parkinson, Sarah Green and Mike Smith, Ghostwatch had a legitimacy that fooled the nation, leading to as many as 1 million panicked phone calls to the BBC.
Just in the last few minutes, a young lady very distressed in response to something that we showed earlier on, and she's hung up before we've had a chance to talk to her.
It was so distressing that, despite being totally fictional, it's never been rebroadcast on British television.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.